reality TV star and former Olympian Bruce Jenner reintroduced to the world as Caitlyn Jenner.
I hope that Bruce can do amazing things for not only the trans community, but the gay community. I hope that it opens a lot of people's eyes.
Laverne Cox, first transgender person on the cover of Time magazine. Transparent, an Amazon Studios TV show about the transgender experience, wins Golden Globe for Best Television Series.
It takes a lot of courage, and I commend her for that. So go, Caitlyn. I'm proud of you.
The world seems to be changing fast and accepting everyone. But what about the non-celebrity transgender people?
I want so many of you guys to know that I accept you. I am one of many, many people who do accept you. But there are people out there who don't understand.
Despite the rise in transgender visibility and support, hatred, discrimination, and violence remain the daily struggle for many transgender people around the world.
Being that early when my water broke at home, and just a little better than 6 months, I was alarmed that there would be problems. And when I got to the hospital, the nurse finally came. She came and separated me from the baby. When the nurses returned, they told me my baby had passed. So I accepted what they had said. And 49 years later, I received a text message at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll never forget that message. And as I opened it up, it said that my mother was born in St. Louis at Homer G. Phillips Hospital, November the 25th, 1965. Does that date mean anything to you? I said, well, I had a baby that year, that month, but my baby passed. I was told that she was deaf from a childhood illness. So I don't know how she became deaf, but I feel like if she had been with me, she would have been hearing now. I am so overjoyed that I did that DNA, because when it came back 99.997, that confirms that's my baby, that's my child. Now my heart is so full and complete just to realize my baby girl is back with me, in my arms, in my life, forever.
When I was 2 years old, my mom put me in dance, and I just loved it. I loved performing, I loved being on stage, kind of pushed me to be a little bit more outgoing. I got into pageants through dance. I was like 16 at the time. I was maybe like 5'4", and I was surrounded with girls who were like 5'10", 6 foot, just looking up at them in awe. I want to try, that looks fun. So the next year I went for Miss California Teen USA 2012, and I got first runner-up, and so I was like, why not go back? So I went back the following year and ended up winning. I think it was about 4 months into winning Miss California Teen. I was out one night with my friends, and I got an email on my phone saying that someone had tried to log into my Facebook from a different state. And then I noticed on my Twitter account that it wasn't like refreshing fully, and then I could see that it was favoriting random tweets. And then about 30 minutes after I'd kind of noticed my Twitter and my Facebook acting up, I got an email from an account called FrogLover143. And the first 3 lines were, if I didn't do what he said, he was going to take my image of being a model and turn it into a porn star.
He made me do things that I never thought I would ever do, because he had my life like in all his hands.
It's called sextortion, a growing internet crime in which young children are often targeted. Online predators take advantage of their youth and vulnerability, demanding lewd and explicit photos and videos. If they don't comply, they threaten to expose them to their friends and family. Perpetrators make their victims produce their own explicit images. Sextortion is the new face of child pornography.
It was never me believing that he was some charming 16-year-old older boy or something that I could be talking to make a relationship out of. It was never like that. It was pure business, it felt like. It was an exchange.
Sextortion has devastating consequences. What society doesn't understand yet is that the trauma level is as severe as physical abuse. Many of these kids don't know how to end it. and it can go on for years.
It was October 2011, and I wanted to move up to Ohio from South Carolina to be closer to my mom and help her out. I am a landscaper by trade, and the winter months are always slow. I found the ideal job on Craigslist. Caretaker of a 688-acre farm south of Akron, Ohio. Get paid, live on the land, and see my mom on the weekends. It was perfect. I applied, and out of 100 applicants, I was hired. I packed up almost everything I own, including my Harley, my truck, and my trailer, and I made the trip north. When I met my new boss and his nephew, everything seemed great, but my excitement quickly turned to terror, and I have not been the same since that day.
Jennifer Thompson was a 22-year-old college student in 1984 when a stranger broke into her off-campus apartment at 3 a.m. and raped her at knife point. Determined to be able to later identify her rapist to law enforcement officials, Jennifer made a great effort to study and memorize his features: his hair, eyes, nose, mouth, skin tone, body type, height, and clothing. She managed to escape her attacker, who went on to rape another woman within the hour. Jennifer helped police with a composite sketch, which was published in the newspaper. Shortly thereafter, she was brought back to the police station and asked to help identify her assailant, first in a photo array, and later in a physical police lineup. The man she picked out twice? His name is Arnold. It would seem that Jennifer's efforts to study her attacker paid off. She was completely certain she identified the right man. But was Ronald Cotton really the perpetrator? Or was he about to pay the price for her faulty memory? WDBJ-7 is a local CBS network affiliate located in Roanoke, Virginia. The 24/7 news studio employs 110 people. In the early morning hours of August 26, 2015, 24-year-old reporter Allison Parker and 27-year-old videographer Adam Ward were doing a live remote shoot in Moneta, Virginia at the Bridgewater Plaza. They were interviewing Vicki Gardner, the executive director of the Smith Mountain Lake Chamber of Commerce, about tourism in the picturesque town. The morning newscast was running smoothly until all of a sudden shots were heard. The camera fell to the ground, and the studio and viewers alike couldn't fathom what had just happened.
In January of 1988, I met up with my friend Stephen Hewitt to discuss the purchase of a car I was selling. We were talking when another one of our friends, Fitzgerald Clark, and his brother stopped by. Fitzgerald and I were known for arguing. That's just how we communicated. While I was trying to work out the price with Stephen, Fitzgerald intervened and said the price was too high. We argued, just like we always do. After a while, I felt like we weren't getting anywhere, so I left and went to my girlfriend's house. That was the last time I ever saw Stephen and Fitzgerald. The next day, the police brought me in for questioning.